Welcome to the Whiskey Vault.
I am Rex.
I'm Daniel.
He's a level 3 whiskey sommelier.
He's a master mooch.
And this is the wait. Glenmorangie.
Glenmorangie. I know.
Now,
I always say Glenmorangie.
That's the last time we're going to correctly pronounce it in this video.
Yeah.
So rewind.
We know.
Go back.
Glenmorangie. We know.
But we don't care enough to.
We just don't care. All right, Harry Falkenberg. Thanks for the Glenmorangie gift.
Harry Falkenberg, you magnificent! Let me check.
It's open.
Oh yes, you're a bastard.
It says so right here on the label. Okay, so the thing is, we sort of mentioned this whiskey when we did the tasting of gift Glenmorangies.
Yeah, Glenmorangie trio tasting.
Yeah, the little thing. So,
yeah.
But I wanted to do a special on this one because most people asked about this one more than any other whiskey. And Harry brought it to us when he came and visited the vault.
Okay.
So, this was Sauternes cask, which, by the way, after I was given tons of shit, and that's because I accidentally said red wine, and when Sauternes is white, dessert wine.
Yeah, what's your wine sommelier?
Yeah, I know, I don't know.
What's your wine sommelier?
This is what happens when the camera starts rolling and I see the red thing in the corner, I start to panic.
Me too, I'm really worked up right now.
Yeah, you're totally
I wasn't able to sleep all night.
So the Sauternes is a wine that comes from a sub-region in France, by the way. In an area of Bordeaux. Bordeaux. I'm Texan.
You're -1 wine sommelier. I think I'm Marvel wine sommelier.
You're a -1. Did I have to pronounce it correctly in order to be a sommelier?
By the way, here's what I want to do. Can we do this? I'm wanting to do this.
I don't know what you're going to ask, so how can I answer that?
There's one thing that we learned several things from Rex Week. And one thing that we learned is the average of those videos got like double the views. We got way more comments.
More people like Rex.
Well,
yeah, but here's the thing.
No, it's like watching a car wreck.
No, more comments doesn't count because a good 3/4 of the comments were Rex Week, Rex Week, Rex Week, Rex is awesome, Rex Week, Rex Week.
That's legitimate.
That's not.
That's reasonable.
That's different.
It's very nuanced. Yeah. So what I want to do, because I'm going to meet you halfway. I'm not screwing around with halfway. I'm saying meet you halfway.
All right.
Because you like the organization and the spreadsheets and the structure, and admittedly we have a lot of whiskeys to get through.
Right.
If I offered an olive branch and said, hey, I will allow for more structure and presentation of whiskey reviews. If one day a week we can do something just a little bit
ridiculous.
No, not even ridiculous. Something that's not just a straight up and down whiskey review. Like the blending thing people liked a lot, some experiments, doing things just outside the norm one day a week. And not biscuit level shenanigans, but just mix it up a little bit in the vault.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well, I liked the blending thing, so I'm fair. I'm fine with that.
Blending and other things.
All right, so here's our structure. Color on the glass. Looks like white dessert wine.
So we're, color.
It's color.
Okay.
Right? Moving to the nose.
That's punchy.
Nose is all vanilla and honey, but it adds sort of like a green floral, like if you're in an actual garden and you're smelling the flowers, but you're also smelling the green plant vegetation smell.
Yeah, the chlorophyll.
Yeah. A little grapey.
This is, so the things we've named on the nose so far, I think would leave people to believe that it's sweeter on the nose than it actually is. I'm getting some. No,
there's some earth.
Yeah. Some earth and...
Right, now next thing is we're gonna try it.
Ooh, there's a sweetness.
Yeah, it is sweet, but there's a little bit of a peppery bite on the back end.
Yeah.
It turns sort of orange.
It
has some slight chocolate notes in there.
I'm getting almost a green apple, like a peppery green apple.
Absolutely. And so if we're going on the plant family, I would say apple blossoms.
Right. So the format you want is the color, the nose, the taste. Is that it?
And then we're gonna go for finish and aftertaste.
Finish and aftertaste.
So I would say right now what's lingering, we're going for oil versus no oil, right? So what's lingering in my mouth is the slightly bitter tannic, like of a green grape.
So
right, that's slightly sour grape.
That's what I was finding. That's what I was finding on the nose. That wasn't sweetness. That bitter, that tannic, that sourness.
Yeah.
That's on the nose, for me at least.
Yeah.
And then on the taste, man, there's a sweet, perfumey note that just sticks with me for a long time.
I agree.
All right.
Now, one thing I like to do is go read reviews of whiskeys, right? And I'll find 10 different people reviewing a whiskey, and I'll see what things did they all find in common.
So I've acclimated it to this a little bit.
It's helpful to help look for things.
I'm getting the slightest little bit of a buttered apple note after the perfumey bits start to get toned down a bit.
Buttered apple?
Buttered apple.
So like a cooked apple?
Yeah. No cinnamon though. Started out as green apple.
So I could go with that if you mean that the way it feels is buttery, but the way it tastes is apple citrusy.
No, the apple citrusy, yes, but there's the tiniest bit, qualifying it, tiniest bit of butter on there. Okay.
I'm not finding that, but I buy it.
So if you were a wine sommelier...
Oh, there it is.
Dancing Space Potato. I already love this comic.
Yeah, I love the name.
I haven't read it.
The name alone, well done.
Already. Just saying, Daniel, and remembering something you said, said in hashtag Regdual tension. I grabbed a bottle of the Frog off my shelf and apologized to it.
Yeah, I like that move.
I put ice in my favorite mug and mixed up a glass of smoky Coke, and I hate how good it is. I'm drinking it now, imagining the horrified look on the bartender's face if I ever ordered this anywhere respectable. I have yet to try that, actually, smoky Coke.
It's good, actually.
Is that the format you want? Are we doing a standardized format?
Yeah, essentially what I'm doing is I'm working my way through my preferred whiskey tasting sheet.
What is it?
Which is from the Whiskey Smiths.
Whiskey Warrior Deductive Tasting, whatever?
Yeah, so whiskysmiths.com for more info on this.
We'll put the link in the description.
Yeah, I really love, they've sort of brought it all into one easily readable move. There's a bunch of really great flavor wheels like Charles McLean built and all these, but they're really complex. I like the simplicity of this one, so.
BMS Musician. I have a question regarding whiskey sold as moonshine. Old Smoky has one, for example, sold in a jar. Is this legally whiskey?
Yes, according to legality, white whiskey is just unaged whiskey.
Yeah.
And that's actually a category, unaged whiskey, right? Now, moonshine is not a legal, well, it is sort of a technical, they have a legal category for moonshine, it's called unaged whiskey, but essentially, moonshine is harkening back to illegally distilled alcohol.
So
that's what moonshine is. It's illegally created whiskey. Now some current brands will put moonshine for marketing purposes, but most legitimate brands will call theirs a white lightning or a white spirit or a white whiskey or so on.
One thing I recently learned that I'm pretty sure is true, you can correct me if not, but the definition, the technical definition of bourbon as it stands is it has to be aged in a new white oak.
Or new oak.
New oak barrel.
Yes.
And it doesn't say how long it has to be aged.
That's true.
So could moonshine be put in a barrel for a day and call it aged?
Yes. Now it would have to be.
He's thinking in a barrel, he's shaking it up. And he's like, "This is the clearest bourbon." It's
totally clear, but it can legally be called bourbon. Now you'd have to say that it's 24 hours old.
Yeah.
Right, because you have to put an age statement on that. I think we should make one that's 15 minutes old.
Sure. Yeah, why not?
You want to do that?
Yeah, yeah.
And what are we going to call it?
Technically bourbon.
What is that? Well, it's technically bourbon. Oh, I love it. So yes, that is a whiskey, and whiskey is just grain-based spirit. Now, on the other hand, moonshine can be a whiskey, but moonshine can be made from anything that will ferment.
Oh.
And so if you're using fruits and shit like that to ferment it, no, that's not whiskey.
In terms of the balance, this isn't thin. It's not aggressive, but it tips more towards the aggressive end of really intense flavors.
Right.
Tips towards that end of the spectrum.
Okay, so I'm going to pour you something a little weird.
Sure.
Are you emotionally prepared?
Bring it.
It was a gift from Martin, and good luck pronouncing the last name because it's Swedish. Or possibly Swedish.
Whatever I say, I'm going to name it.
Gylvander.
Martin Gylvander, you magnificent bastard!
Okay, so here's the thing. Martin sent us this whiskey, sort of, I feel like out of spite.
I already like him.
Yeah, because he said, I want to see what you think about this. It's not really whiskey.
Right, and I couldn't handle it. It's disgusting.
Yeah, and
so what is it?
Called the Spirit of Hven.
Okay.
It's on an island in between Sweden and Denmark.
It looks weird.
And
it looks
it's
like
Swedish, technically.
Looks like a beaker. So is this...
Now, this distillery is also a 4-star resort.
Okay.
Right.
So they're more focused on fresh towels.
And notice this is, yeah, this is not
distiller.
called whiskey. Now, they do make a single malt, but this is called Winter Spirit.
But
And I'm pouring it because it's close to Thanksgiving for us Americans. And that means holiday beverages.
Right.
And I bet either in a hot tea or a hot cider or on the rocks, this could be pretty interesting.
Woo! Woo!
This is Christmas in a glass by like the... Oh, you know what this reminds me of?
This needs ice.
Did your family ever get an orange and stab, slice orange slices?
Yes.
Cloves and cinnamon and boil them on the stove?
Cloves, cinnamon, and oranges.
Yeah.
Attacking my nether regions. Just aggressively going after my most sensitive bits.
My most sensitive bits.
This is, man, I'm a little intimidated to taste this because it's just on the nose.
Now, I could also say you could pour this over ice cream. I'll bet it would, if you poured this over vanilla ice cream.
It's really giving me a headache.
It would be pretty amazing.
No, it's giving me a headache.
Okay, I'm gonna try a sip.
It's just the huffing this thing. Ah, no, it is. It's giving me, you know how sometimes too much cologne or perfume will give you a headache?
Oh, Martin, you're killing me, man. Send me some Hven that's like a real whiskey.
Oh, why would you do that to me?
Let's go back to the Glenmorangie.
Okay. Jimmy Leg.
But Martin, thank you.
If you don't soon review some of that spring bank above Daniel's head, I'm going to drive down there. It's only 39 hours according to Google Maps.
You know what my favorite part about Jimmy Leg is? He's such an asshole. But he's ours.
He's a beloved asshole.
No, he's our people. Jimmy is so our people. And because he's our kind, he's like Gene.
Right.
Jimmy is like Gene of Tulia. You know, he's our friend.
Right.
But you could totally see how other people would be like, that guy's kind of a jerk. You're like, yeah, that's why we like him.
Jimmy Leg has a respectful disdain.
For many things. And Jimmy is not afraid to share that opinion with you in the comments.
Here's why you're garbage.
Yeah, don't get your feelings hurt because Jimmy is our people and we will never kick Jimmy out.
So were you gonna pour a little thing for Jimmy?
Hey Jimmy, hey Rex, how would you like some Dalmore?
I'd love some Dalmore.
Hey, I'm gonna pour you a really fancy Dalmore, and we know it's good because it's so much more expensive than the other whiskeys.
You know my favorite part of that Dalmore?
How dark colored it is.
Yes, it's so dark and rich
you know
color.
that's just authentic. It's more authentic that way.
That's how you know it's real good.
Yeah. Oh, Jimmy. You're so our people. Okay. Well, here's to fighting, stealing, and drinking.
If you fight, may you fight for a friend.
If you steal, may you steal a lover's heart.
If you drink,
may you drink with us.
Hey, thanks for hanging out with us in the Whiskey Vault. Don't forget to throw in a like, hit that subscribe button on the bottom right, and drop a question or comment down below.